Well, here we are, everybody. We are returning with our nostalgic slash Nugu month. Today is probably a little bit more on the nostalgic side, as we are covering Dalshabet, I should say. We're doing this on Joker, so never heard him, never seen anything from him. This is going in completely blind. Let's check it out, shall we? Old school style. That was cool. Wow, actually the Joker.
Boy, show me your love now. Hey, Mr. Joker, 왜날 흔들어? 애매한 네 눈빛이 더 끌려. Hey, Mr. 날 가지고 놀지 마. 네 맘 가득 채워줘요. Give me wanna baby, give me wanna baby. Joker, Joker, show me wanna baby, show me wanna baby. Joker, Joker. 때론 네 품에 아무 말 없이 안겨있고 싶어 내 옷깃에 배인 네 향기 네 눈 속에 갇힌 my silhouette 지워지지도 지우고 싶지도 않아 이제 네가 면을 봤어 나는 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 oh come to me baby 나는 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 oh 나는 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 oh 나는 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 oh hey Mr. Joker
Pretty slick. Okay, yeah. No, this definitely kind of actually reminds me of that particular era of K-pop for sure. That old school big band kind of feel makes sense. Okay. This is actually kind of interesting. Kind of gives me that same feeling of that era. Uh, I feel like that out of most concepts, the sexy concept is just kind of generally the lesser explored ones, which kind of makes sense. I think that it kind of usually just ends up divulging into a lot of, I think, going overboard. But I think that the interesting thing is though is that like kind of like Monster X, when done right, it's really good. Like this song feels a lot it kind of reminds me of AOA, and when it's done right, it provides a certain theme and feel and quality to songs that I think doesn't really get pushed anymore. Like this kind of smoky, sexy vibe, you know. And a lot of times nowadays when it's sexy, it's very more upfront and just kind of a little bit more like in your face, rather than, you know, letting that mystery remain kind of feel. And it's kind of too bad, because I think when you hear a song like this, it's like, oh wow, this is actually really quality, and you know, it really provides a certain atmospheric feeling to it. And I think when you have a group that can pull it off, but also I think that when you have the vocal ability to kind of pull it off well is also kind of a rarity, because I feel like that a lot of times, especially in K-pop, there's definitely a leaning towards the higher pitched, more innocent sound of the vocal. So to get something that's a little bit more feeling of mature and, you know, not afraid to kind of shy away from certain subjects, it's a nice change from time to time for sure in that aspect. It's actually also, like I said, it just kind of has a really nice beat to it too. I really like kind of that old, it's again definitely from that era. You have a lot of that big band-esque kind of feel to it. And you know what though? It works a lot. It works really well. I think the interesting thing is too is like the song doesn't really rest on just one particular sound. It kind of breaks it up into two different spots, and I think that actually ends up being a great strength. I think that in a lot of ways that we get a kind of that second part there really ends up adding to that energy that it needs, and really kind of avoids a lot of what could be seen as maybe like making it boring or like a problem. But yeah, no, this is pretty catchy. I'm actually fairly surprised at how good this is. You know, I think like I've heard the name Dalshabet before, like in comments and passing conversations, but that's probably about as far as it's gone. But I think it's a good first impression. What do you think? Let me know what you all think about this. We'll discuss this down in the comments below. Thank you, and dulce pareculum.